It's a lovely afternoon, and you're just in good time for the late afternoon news on Movie TV, your award-winning channel of choice. My name is Mwale. The headlines: government mocks journalists from private media. Lusaka City Council warn advertisers. And now the news in detail. The Lusaka City Council has called on advertisers to follow procedures before erecting billboards in the city. Council Public Relations Manager George Sichimba says billboards which have been put up in the city without following laid-down procedures will be removed. Meanwhile, Mr. Sichimba has defended billboards written in other languages other than the official language.
Clarify that the attack on Lusaka City Council was misdirected because the area which was mentioned, the airport road and the airport itself, is not in Lusaka district. For your information, Lusaka district ends at the airport roundabout there. But billboards are billboards generally, and since we are mentioned as Lusaka City Council, it's important that we explain. Lusaka City Council, like any other council in the country, our main concern is the procedure of how to put up the billboards. The language used at the billboards, as long as it's not offensive, I think it's okay. Those that have done advertising will tell you that advertising is the only communication that is very flexible to language. I'm sure you have seen when you are leaving some districts, there is a billboard written in French, Bon voyage. No one has ever complained about that. And the issue of language is determined by your target audience. Follow the procedure of putting up a billboard. Have you applied to council? Have you put it in the right way? Are you not obstructing traffic? But then the language is determined by the advertiser because they know better.
In other news, Central Province Minister Stephen Mushanga has made fun of journalists from private media, accusing them of not being objective. He has alleged that most underpaid journalists from the private media cannot do without soliciting for kickbacks. Speaking when he addressed journalists in Kabwe, Mr. Mushanga says most journalists from private media are being exploited despite their commitment to duty.
Where Honorable Mushanga was giving wheelchairs to you call them what? Our friends, yes, physically challenged colleagues. He was doing that. Then here is Honorable Bowman Lusambo, who is just commissioning the fixing of a door frame. You would find that that would be news, the fixing of a door frame versus the giving out of wheelchairs to the physically challenged. Why? Even yourselves would know that behind the scenes something happened. We are talking from experience. Because of the bad conditions of service which have continued to exist.
Central Province Minister Stephen Mushanga mocks underpaid journalists from the private media, accusing them of not being objective. Mushanga says, in a bid to solicit for kickbacks, some of the underpaid journalists in Kabwe have a tendency of sticking around after covering an event.
Even after the event has finished, they're just hovering around.
Speaking in Kabwe, when he addressed journalists, Mushanga says most journalists in private media, despite their commitments, are being exploited.
This government shall endeavor to promote a free press and protect journalists from exploitation by media owners. Especially, I wanted to repeat this, private media from paying the journalists slave wages. Meanwhile, more money is going in their pockets and enriching themselves. No overtime is given to journalists when they work outside the working hours. I've heard some of the journalists, you would find that the radio station is opening at 05:15. They are on red. Throughout, up to the following day. And when you ask them, you'll be told that no overtime is given.
Petronella Msangulule, Mobi TV News, Kabwe in Central Province.
And now the Parliamentary Committee on Government Assurances has commended Luangwa Child Development Agency for setting up an irrigation scheme in Kavalamanja area in Luangwa district. The area has a high population of destructive wild animals such as elephants. The committee says the project is helping to reduce the high poverty levels in the area because farmers are able to grow various crops throughout the year without wild animals eating and ravaging the crops. The project comprises a solar irrigation system and a solar electric fence that has been constructed around the scheme to prevent wild animals from getting into the scheme.
Agricultural scheme in Luangwa district, which has a high presence of wild animals because of its location in Rufunsa game management area. These farmers are successfully growing different crops in the scheme because of the assistance they have received from Child Fund Zambia through Luangwa Child Development Agency. With 3 million kwacha sourced from Child Fund Zambia, Luangwa Child Development Agency has constructed this solar electric fence around the scheme to prevent wild animals from entering the scheme. Luangwa Child Development Agency has also put up this solar irrigation system to allow the farmers to do their farming activities throughout the year in this area, which is prone to droughts. Because of this amazing project, people from within and outside the district come to Kavaramanja agricultural scheme to see and learn how the project is helping the local people. Recently, the Parliamentary Committee on Government Assurances visited the area to check on the fulfillment of the government assurance on construction of an irrigation system in Kavaramanja. Manager for Luangwa Child Development Agency, Dr. Danford Makai, was very happy to receive the Parliamentary Committee. He explained to the committee what prompted his organization to construct the solar electric fence and put up the solar-powered irrigation system.
Yeah, and so one of the challenges the people of Kavaramanja, probably Luangwa in general, have been facing from time immemorial, I think, has been the issue of human-animal conflict, and I think this one is well documented. And so each time they grow their crop, the animals come to destroy it. If they do not destroy it, maybe it may not rain. If it rains and if they have not destroyed it, maybe there will be floods. So basically 3 big natural factors. Either it floods, it doesn't rain, or the animals are coming to destroy the crop.
The committee members were delighted to see and learn how the project was helping the local people in terms of food production, and they made different remarks. Committee chairperson, Honorable Elliot Kamwendo, who is a Mufumba Member of Parliament, said he was impressed with the technology that has been applied in the project of utilizing solar energy and called for the implementation of similar projects in other areas in the country that are experiencing droughts.
The technology actually is quite impressive because it's quite impressive because this is my first time that I'm seeing this, and if such technologies actually can be extended to other places, I think the issue of drought and other things, I think it could be sorted out.
Matelo Member of Parliament, Honorable Lloyd Mulenga Kazia, commended Luangwa Child Development Agency for implementing this solar project and said implementing such projects in other parts of the country can help in poverty eradication.
In so many areas of Zambia, there are a lot of places that are experiencing droughts, and this project that you've embarked on gives us hope that we can actually copy a lot and learn a lot from what you've done and replicate this effort in other areas.
Reporting for Zanis, this is Max Minus in Salani in Luangwa district.
Now, lack of water supply is hampering operations at Mwale Farmers Training Center. Some women clubs who use the center for their activities have called on relevant authorities to intervene. This came to light when Mwale Senior Agriculture Officer Anos Levuka officiated at the Women's Empowerment event that was held at the center.
Women Nutrition Club in Mwale district recently hosted a cooking demonstration at the center under the theme Sustainable Economic Empowerment. The club was formed in July 2017 with membership of 20 females with the core function of combating malnutrition in the communities. This was graced by Senior Agricultural Officer Mr. Luvuka Anos. Nutrition Officer Dana Chilumlopu had these words to the attendees.
Chocheni chitengi kunenzange enji inayenga idina menji muna kosida inayeng mwandu kusevinga angeji na inayenga idina menji wanyi netu mukunaona chocheni chitengi kuna kuyenga kimu kupukuta ichitengi jerukane chekana na mjimu wa uvulu nankashi bedroom chazata netu naye kumadiru na kudira mukudira yayo chocheni chitengi madiru ni pwembu iranga chechi mkweko na kukitini chocheni chitengi chimuna kuiranga tunakuzatisha. So we are encouraging men, make sure you buy these tea towels for your wives.
Megan Ichipidi, Women Coordinator and Farm Manager for FTC, Desco Mwemba, highlighted some of the challenges faced at the center.
We also want the government to help the women that are here in different projects, especially in small livestock projects, because they are already involved in vegetable productions. Now we are going into the dry season. We do not have a reliable source of water nearby.
There are some challenges that the institute is facing that requires the attention of the district office. Among those challenges is availability of water. For the women group to function properly, we need clean, safe drinking water. And it is in this vein that we would like to ask the district office to come into our rescue so that an effort can be made to repair the pump we have so that we can have safe cleaning water.
And this is what the agricultural officer had to say in response to the queries that were raised.
We as government and also the ministry, we are committed to supporting you so that you can support your efforts. This is demonstrated by us giving you the peanut butter making machine, and we have not been sleeping, but we have been working around the clock to see how can we restore the water situation. As club members, let us work together so that we can support the government's effort in reducing malnutrition.
Jackson Mwansa in Winilunga.
You're watching the late afternoon news on Movie TV, your award-winning channel of choice. Our quick headlines: government mocks journalists from private media, and Lusaka City Council warns advertisers. We'll take a break. We'll have sports when we come back.
Situated along the shores of Lake Kariba in Siavonga, Freshview Hotels, a perfect retreat from the city. At Freshview Hotels, you get an experience just like home. Get away from the hustle and bustle of town and come to a place you can relax, inspire, and create. With 5-star accommodation that's second to none, Freshview Hotels is just the right place to be. You can choose a theme of your preference with the view of your fancy. Take for example, the honeymoon suite. These chefs at our restaurant prepare delicious local, Indian and other international dishes. After a long hectic day, you can spoil yourself to a relaxing spa. You can also work out in our professional gym with an elite instructor always on site. For your weddings and party venues, come to Freshview Hotels. You are promised to have an experience of a lifetime. We provide the largest conference space in Siavonga at our boathouse, and we also have many other conference rooms for workshops and seminars. Finding us is so easy. Contact us now on 0972 012 591 or 0964 012 591 or 0955 012 591. Freshview Hotel. See the view, experience the service, be at home.
We're grateful that you're still watching Movie TV. This is the late afternoon news. And now in sports, a soccer administrator has urged referees in the country to be professional in their execution of duties. Keith Mwemba has expressed concern that some referees are putting Zambian football into jeopardy over poor officiating. Mr. Mwemba, who is also Manchester United Zambia Academy Director, alleges that corruption has taken center stage in football competition. He has warned that he will report some referees who are deemed to be unfairly officiating matches.
Nakambala Stadium last weekend brought together teams within the same region in the First League 6 clash of First Division 1 Zone 4. Fans turned up in large numbers, eagerly waiting to witness how their favorite side, Manchester United Zambia Academy, will smash the visiting Mamba Energy Stars Football Club of Sinazongwe District. The first 45 minutes was a goalless encounter, leaving the enthusiastic fans yearning for more and better action in the second half of the game. Sadly, for the local fans, goals never came forth as the game ended 0-0 after 90 minutes of play. The draw left Musa trailing on the league table with 11 points behind Choma Stars, who are topping the table with 12 points. However, Musa director was not pleased with the way the officials handled the game.
One got injured and was substituted. He scored a clear goal. The referee disallows it and gives a free kick. What was that? A clear penalty. We have been denied a clear penalty. Look, we are not going to start talking about referees as if it's a question of sour grapes. I'm glad that even the people have seen for themselves. If this is how we are going to be handling matches, this is how officials are going to be handling games, then I'm afraid we are destroying football in the country. Let the players showcase their skill. Let the best team or the better team of the day carry the day. You as a referee, you are neutral, you are an umpire. Don't play any role in terms of influencing a match. Just do your part. What we have seen here is totally unacceptable. It's totally unacceptable, and I think very, very soon we'll start protesting the relevant authorities with certain match officials. This was unacceptable.
On the positive note, Musa B team, which plies its trade in First Division 2, beats Gwembe United by 2-0. Esna Timchaila, reporting for Movie TV Sports.
Well, that's what we could package for you at this hour. Thank you so much for watching. But before we go, we take a look at the headlines. Government mocks journalists from private media, and Lusaka City Council warns advertisers. Thank you so much for watching. Good afternoon.
Situated along the shores of Lake Kariba in Siavonga, Freshview Hotels, a perfect retreat from the city. At Freshview Hotels, you get an experience just like home. Get away from the hustle and bustle of town.